How can manual focus create swirly bokeh? Imagine looking through a vintage lens and seeing a swirling, dreamy background that feels almost like a whirlpool of light. That's the magic of swirly bokeh. Now, you might wonder how manual focus plays a part in creating this effect. Let's explore how it all works. Swirly bokeh is a special kind of background blur that forms circular, swirling patterns around your subject. It's often seen in images shot with certain lenses that are designed or modified to produce this effect. Many of these lenses are manual focus only, which means you have full control over where to focus. This control is key because it allows you to position the focus plane precisely. When you focus carefully on your subject, the background naturally falls into a blur that can swirl if the lens has the right optical traits. The effect comes from specific optical flaws called aberrations. These include field curvature and vignetting. Field curvature makes the focus plane bend, so parts of the background are slightly out of focus in a curved pattern. Vignetting causes the edges of the image to darken or distort, which can enhance the swirl. Lenses like the Petzval type or vintage Soviet lenses such as the Helios 40-42 are famous for these traits. They tend to produce a swirl because of how their glass elements are shaped and arranged. Using manual focus allows you to fine-tune the focus point to maximize the swirl. For example, focusing sharply on your subject while keeping the background slightly out of focus helps the swirling pattern become more prominent. Because these lenses often have a wide maximum aperture like f2 or wider, the background becomes very shallow in depth of field. This shallow depth of field makes the out-of-focus areas more exaggerated and more likely to swirl. Another factor is physical vignetting, which occurs when the lens design blocks some light at the edges. This can cause the out-of-focus areas near the edges to take on a circular, swirling shape. Manual focus helps you control where the focus is placed, so you can experiment with different focus points and aperture settings to intensify the swirl. Many photographers use tools like focus peaking on mirrorless cameras to help see exactly where they are focusing. This makes it easier to keep the subject sharp while the background blurs into a swirl. Adjusting the aperture to wider settings increases the swirl effect because of the shallower depth of field. In summary, manual focus is essential because it gives you the ability to control the focus plane precisely. This control allows you to exploit the lens's optical flaws and physical characteristics that create the swirling background. By focusing carefully and choosing the right aperture, you can turn a simple shot into a dreamy, swirling masterpiece of background blur.